YouTube fam, how y'all doing? TM Nation, how y'all doing? For those of you that are new to the channel, I'm Tech Mo. I appreciate you passing through. Today we're gonna take a look at the Soul S Nano True Wireless Earbuds. I've had my pair for about 2 weeks now, and at $69.99 retail, there is a lot to like about these little earbuds. But like I've said in many videos in the past, there are so many different solid options out there in between 40 and 50 bucks that when I see a pair that's a little bit more expensive, I kinda gotta take a better look at the specs and the features to justify the price. One thing that I like about these is that they'll fit in just about anything when it's time for you to take them with you while you're on the go. They also have pretty good specs with up to 24 hours of use on a single charge, and they're no slouch in the sound quality department, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But you've clicked on this video, so you obviously are interested in these earbuds, so your boy Tech Mo has a few tests throughout the video to help you make a more informed buying decision. I have my mic audio quality test so you have an idea of how these perform during voice calls. I have my leakage test for anybody that's concerned about how well somebody around you will be able to hear what you're listening to. I also threw in my water test with these earbuds for anybody that's considering picking them up for exercise. I got you covered. As you saw in the intro, you get pretty much everything you would need to get the S Nanos up and running, but you don't only get the essentials, you also do get a couple extras from Soul, such as a carabiner clip, and you also get a sticker. Besides that, you get all of the normal stuff you would expect to get: a USB Type-C charging cable to charge the case. You have your user manual and documentation so you know exactly how to use your new earbuds. A couple different sets of different sized ear tips so you can try them out and see which ones fit in your ears the best. And last but certainly not least, you have your earbuds and the charging case. The case design for me is fine. I don't have any issues with the way that it feels in the hands. It's a harder plastic design, so it shouldn't have any issues keeping your earbuds safe. Earlier I did mention that you do have a small form factor with the total package here, but I want to reiterate that this is indeed a mini sized case. It might not be the smallest that I've ever tested out, but it's definitely in the top 3 smallest cases that I own right now. At the same time, the small form factor doesn't make it feel flimsy in the hands by any means. The case has a nice weight to it, and opening and closing the top lid is a smooth process. I don't have any concerns about the top lid breaking or anything of that nature. The springs inside of it do feel like they'll withstand a little bit of wear and tear. Battery life wise, the earbuds will give you a maximum of about 5.5 hours on a single charge, which is decent, but remember, your mileage will vary depending on how you use your earbuds and the volume that you keep them at. When you throw the case into the equation, you'll get about 3 extra charges on the earbuds for a total maximum usage of about 24 hours. So far, I've found these numbers to be fairly accurate. I'm averaging about 4 hours and 52 minutes on a single charge, using my earbuds at about 75% of the max volume most of the time. The S Nanos do get loud enough for my personal liking. That being said, I usually have them up about 75% of the max volume. That being the case, if you listen to your music or media at lower volumes than I do, you'll probably get closer to the 5.5 hours that are advertised. Just keep this in mind. Moving on and taking a look at the design of the S Nano earbuds, they are extremely small and there's really not too much going on with the design of them. They have a really nice subtle look to them that's not too much in your face, and as you can see, they don't have any stems, any ridges, or anything of that nature. No ear hooks either, so for the most part, they're just a mini pair of true wireless earbuds. One thing that I almost forgot to mention is that you do have 6 different color options to choose from with the S Nanos. As you've seen throughout this video, I did pick up the glossy black version, but you can check out the other colors at your leisure. Just note that whatever color you pick, the earbuds and the case will match. If you're looking for a pair of low profile earbuds that don't stick out much, these will do just fine in that department. As you can see, they don't stick out much from the ears at all. I'd say that if somebody's walking behind you or coming towards you, they'll probably be able to see them just slightly, but they're not super obvious by any means. In the ears, the S Nanos feel completely fine for me. I have worn them for hours at a time and I didn't get any discomfort or ear fatigue. If you have the correct sized ear tips installed with these, you should get a good seal and some nice passive noise canceling. Although they're not using any ANC technology, I have found that they do reduce a good amount of your ambient noise. The S Nanos also do feature transparency mode, so if you're in a situation where you need to hear what's going on around you, simply turn it on and the microphones will pick up your environmental sounds. For me using these in transparency mode, I've found that if somebody's having a conversation within about a 5-foot radius of me, I can hear what they're saying pretty clearly. Concerning the leakage that you'll get with the S Nanos, they do leak some sound, but it's not terrible in comparison to other true wireless earbuds that I've tested out. In my opinion, I'd say that the leakage that you get with these earbuds is about medium, but I did take a sample for you guys to judge for yourselves. Let's check it out. I did use the S Nanos for exercise, and I was a little bit surprised at how well they stayed in place for me, being that they don't have any ear hooks, any ridges, or anything like that. I was expecting them to pretty much fall out of my ears once I became sweaty, but that wasn't the case. They did move around a little bit once the sweat started flowing, but all I had to do was reposition them. For the most part, they stayed put. Playback controls with the S Nanos are touch controls, and so far they've worked well. I haven't had any issues with them picking up my feedback. One thing that I'm not crazy about though is the way that they have the playback controls broken up. You can do pretty much everything you would need to do with the playback controls, but you can only do certain functions with the left earbud and everything else with the right. Certainly not a deal breaker, guys. I just want to mention it for you because there are earbuds out there that let you do all of your functions with both earbuds. Just keep this in mind. The Bluetooth version that you get with these is 5.0, and so far I've had no issues connecting them to either my iPhone 12 Pro or my Galaxy S21. The connection with these earbuds has also been fine for me. I've used them to watch quite a few YouTube videos, and on both of my devices, I didn't notice any lag. The S Nanos are also IPX5 rated, so they're fine for exercise. Splashes of water or sweat will not harm them. I did do my water test by spraying water all around the earbuds just to see how they would react while being wet. Let's take a look at what happened. Alright guys, so specs and features out of the way, let me touch on the sound quality that you'll get with these earbuds because they surprised me in a good way. Throughout this video, I've talked about just how small these earbuds are, but they still provide you with a nice, full, and rich sound. To my ears, the highs and mids are crisp. I can hear most of the background instruments in my music clearly, and the bass response with these is impressive at the same time. I wouldn't classify these as extra bass earbuds because they don't quite get to that level for my ears, but I would say that if you have a nice bass line to whatever you're listening to, you'll definitely feel it. Overall, I think these sound really good. I've used them for pretty much everything. I've used them for some podcast listening, tons of music, some movies, and some YouTube videos. So far, they've handled everything I've thrown at them pretty well. If I had one ask with them, I would ask for the mids to be bumped up just a little bit so that your vocals are a little bit more prominent, but other than that, they work fine. Relative to the call quality, I think they do a decent to good job of capturing clear speech. To my ears, in the sample that I captured, I can hear a little bit more of the ambient noise than I would like to, but I will let you guys judge for yourselves. Let's take a listen. Alright guys, so right now I have the earbuds paired to my iPhone 12 Pro. As you can see right now, the audio that you're hearing is coming directly from the microphones on the earbuds. I'm not going to do any type of editing to this audio, so this more or less should give you a pretty good idea of how these perform for voice calls. All in all, fam, I think that these are worth the price tag for anybody that's looking for a small form factor but some big performance. The sound quality is impressive, the call quality is respectable, and the battery life is decent. No, you aren't getting wireless charging, which is a feature that I would have liked to see at this price point, but for what you're getting here, I think they perform well. But you've made it this far in the video, guys. If you haven't already dropped a like on it, please do so, as it definitely helps the channel grow, and I appreciate it. Also, if this was your first time here, why don't you consider subscribing, as I drop at least one video on content just like this per week. But like I always say, y'all be safe, y'all stay positive, and most importantly, y'all have a great day. I will catch y'all in the next one, but until then, it's your boy Tech Mo, and I'm out. Peace.